Hey guys, it looked like a mess, but I thought I'd make the, or participate in the book chat this month, because when I was watching Misty's video I had quite a lot of books going through my mind, but I picked them out before I had too long to think about it. So the questions are as followed, and here are my answers, and this is in response to Desert Island books, and there are 5 categories. And these go. So I am going to start with what book have you not read, or book that you have not read yet? Simply because these are on my pile. Book that I have not read yet, Dearly Departed by Leah Havel. I do want to read this by the end of the year. Obviously, so does Penny. I'm just hoping she doesn't chew the books. That's inappropriate. Penny. You want to sit here? I want to read that book by the end of the year. But if I was trapped on a desert island, I think that I would like to look at something pretty. But I also would like something big. And since I haven't read it yet, but I want to, that's what I would bring. Next is the free choice, and I had to think about this one a bit because I have so many books that would be a free choice, but I decided to go with Erotica, the mammoth book of Erotica, and there's over 40 short stories in there, because I am an adult, and where would I be without my sexy times? So, and I kind of haven't read this book yet either. But, you know, as an adult, we all need sexy times, and sometimes your imagination fails you, so, I think that's enough said. And then, the series book that I would choose, and this was like, you know, I thought, Harry Potter, something like that, but really, if I had to take a series with me on a desert island, I pretty much can kind of think about Harry Potter all the time anyway, but instead I chose to go with my very beat up copies of The Famous Five by Enid Blyton, and this one especially because it is my favourite, and stupidly enough it took me ages and ages to find, like, to figure out the title of this, because I'm like, oh, I remember this book, it was my favourite one. I can't remember what it was called, but there was gypsy caravans. 5 go off in a caravan. And I just love this cover. It's just very me. So this is my favourite book, and I will bring the whole series, every one of the books that I have. And then I would go with, what are we up to? Books that I want to reread again. This is a double whammy, I guess. Actually, I can't really classify that. Anyway, I have this book, and this is Danielle Steele's family album. And why I would read this again, or why I would choose to read it again, is because I really want to read it again. However, the font is just like tiny. Well, it's not tiny there, but it is tiny, and it is kind of like a saga because it's Danielle Steele, and this is the first book, and I think the only book of hers that I've read, but I really, really loved it as a teenager. It was kind of like one of my first adult teen novels, and this belonged to my grandmother, so it's kind of got sentimental value in it, and I just love it. I can't throw it away. It's one of those books that, even though I probably won't get to read it for a long time, I just won't throw it away, so I definitely take it. And it's a really big book, and because of the text, it would take me a long time to read. Where are we at? We're at one more book. Okay. And did I say childhood favourite? I have done books that you want to be able to reread. Okay, series, free choice, books that I have not read, And so childhood favourites. I'm going to kind of cheat. Sorry. And I'm going to say anything else by Enid Blyton because I absolutely adore her, and my sister and I went and we kind of divided all her books up. I got the famous 5 because they belong to me, but we have to divide all these up, and these are the ones I kept. So I have Brer Rabbit, a Rascal, or Brer Rabbit's a Rascal. The Folk of the Faraway Tree, The Adventures of the Wishing Chair, and Brer Rabbit again. And yes, they are old and they are beat up and they are really old books. I don't know how old, but I would bring those in a heartbeat. They are my childhood favourites. And if I had to choose again for the books that I would love to reread, I couldn't not put this in there. Blue-Eyed Boy by Joanne Harris. This book was like totally effed up in like every way possible. And it was fascinating, and I loved it. I just loved it, and the whole twist, it blew my mind. And I think if I read it again, it would still have that sickening effect that it gave me, but I would so read that again. So read it again. And those are the books that I would choose. So thank you, Misty, for doing this book chat, and I will try and link it up, and I will link the questions below. And yeah, so hope you guys are doing okay, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.